What's good, boys? Let's fucking talk about the ego death, because this is one of the craziest experiences that could ever fucking be. Because I didn't realize that I experienced ego death until the moment of some weeks ago, genuinely. Because I went to France back in like July, August. I even like, it's my latest video, like one video before that. It's me, it's still in France talking some shit and like kind of making up the conclusions. But it's only now I realized that it's been the ego death, and it's been the rock bottom, like the deepest depth of the rock bottom that I've ever hit in my life in general. That was one of the hardest things I've ever experienced. So I'm ready to talk about it, and I want to kind of share my experience on that shit, because the perception of reality is extremely real. It's as real as the reality itself. So basically the thing that happened with me in France, I kind of overloaded. Like, I realized that the biggest reason that I stopped running the agency, that I stopped trying to get the result, like I was so close to closing 3 deals back then. Like in 2 weeks I was about to close about 3 clients, and I've never closed any clients before, like, so it would be like instant profit. It would be so quick, and you know, whatever. That was the whole purpose of me going to France. But I chickened out, and I couldn't understand why. I stopped myself. And it's like, it's the same realization that I had back in Dubai when I was on the same fucking sprint. Is the same realization that the subconscious will always transcend willpower. And it was like, it hit me very hard, because eventually I realized that it was the limiting belief that I had within the subconscious mind that was telling me, what was it exactly? I knew that I didn't want to make money if I knew that I would either lose it or wouldn't be able to keep it, sustain, and multiply it. Like, I knew that I was not exactly in the mental capacity to sustain the money. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be able to get it and multiply it. And in my head, I knew that I didn't really know shit about service delivery, and I think deep down I was insecure about it. I knew that agency bros, I mean, at least in the space that I was watching, some of the agency bros, they was always telling some like, yo, just get the clients, get the sales meetings, get the clients, and then you're gonna figure out the service delivery. And like, the more clients you get, the more chances that you'll figure out it quickly. And I considered it true. Like, I thought I could genuinely do it, and you know, and I kind of liked this idea, and so I decided to kind of follow that shit. And it backfired, because genuinely deep down there was a limiting belief that I believed that I couldn't do it. I believed that I would probably fuck them up. I didn't know exactly how to do service delivery. I had no idea where I would figure it out. I only had like some like surface based knowledge about the Facebook ads, but that's pretty much it. And like really more or less decent knowledge of Go level, like this setup, the automations, all of that shit. So like, I've been dealing with that shit for a very long time now. And yeah, and so I realized that in my head, if I closed the clients, there was a big chances of me losing them. In my head, I thought I would just lose them if I closed them. So I just kind of wanted to avoid the pain in advance, I guess. I kind of considered it a pain. And so, yeah. And I guess the stopping of the machine that I created for myself, like stopping this whole engine that I created, was the ego death. Like, because your ego, it thinks that it can't do shit, that it's like unstoppable and shit. And you kind of tie its worth into whatever you're doing sometimes. And in my case, it was like the ego death, because I went against it completely, and it felt like fucking separation. So it was mental. I was just I couldn't do anything for like a week or so, yeah, because I was still in France, and it's only a week later that I came back to Dublin. And then it was just it wasn't the rock bottom, but it was genuinely a sprint that I did not know I could handle. So basically, I came back, and the whole month of September I was working 2 jobs. I was a barista and a bartender. It was absolutely fucking ridiculous. I did not like a second of it, but yes, I was working about 70 hours a week or so, and the only reason was to get the mentorship. So after all of this kind of figure death, all of this, everything that happened, I really wanted to get the guidance, because in my head, I figured that I just didn't know something, because the show operates were, oh my god, sorry, because the show operates were shit, everything was shit, everything that I was doing was shit, you know, like back in France, like I was genuinely barely scraping by. Like, there was a lot of shit leads, a lot of everything that just went on the drain hole. But I was still almost be able to close the calls. Like, I was very close to doing so, but again, I didn't. But what I'm trying to say right now is, I thought that it was a system problem. I thought that like I just didn't know something. I just didn't know like some fucking hidden thing or whatnot behind like the short praise, because my short praise were fucking like 10% or some shit. So the dudes just weren't showing up. Like, just, yeah, it didn't matter like how good of a automation I had, it just never fucking worked. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was just my perception of it, and I think that a lot of it has just impacted like a lot, like the way I think about it and the way I kind of perceived those things. It impacted a lot the results of it. So it's fucking mental. I didn't really believe in that shit until it happened. I didn't really think that like if I, you know, if my mentality is bad behind the input that I'm doing, then the input is not going to produce any output. I didn't really consider that true until it just proved it wrong. Do you know what I mean? It was mental. And so when like back in September, I like, okay, I need guidance. I need to understand like what the fuck I'm doing. I actually wanted mentorship back in April in fucking Dubai when I first came to this kind of sprints. I was like, yeah, I need a mentorship. I need to, because I don't know what I'm doing. I need a mentorship. And I remember I even booked a coaching call, and I even showed up on that call, but like nobody was there, you know. Like I booked a call with a mentor and it just didn't show up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I kind of figured that it was because I was too broke. Like I had less than 2k to my name back then. It was mental. But I didn't care. Like I genuinely wanted to get into the mentorship because I knew that like I really needed it, but the guy just didn't show up. And I remember I booked the second call as well before I went to France, like some weeks before I was going to France, and he didn't show up again. I was like, the fuck is going on? And actually when I saved up enough money kind of to get the Go High level up, to get everything up, to pay for the mentorship, to like be alright, you know, like working 2 jobs kind of really messed up with me, but a month was enough. That was fucking grind, genuinely. And I booked a call with that they say mentor again, because I really like that guy. Like I really like his story and shit. Not gonna name names. I think gonna name names a bit later in my journey, like when I'm gonna be recalling all of that shit. But as of now, I'm not gonna name names. But yeah, then that dude didn't show up again. Like, so it was just zero, and I just didn't understand what was really wrong. And so it felt so fucking weird. Anyway, and now I got another mentorship. So since that guy just never fucking show up, just never, I figured that I might just as well get another mentorship or some shit. And yeah, so now it's been about a week since I'm in the mentorship of someone else, and it's been chill, I guess. Yeah, it's been chill. Everything that I already knew everything. I already knew all the foundations. I had all the foundations. I mean, I figured the agency model on about like 80%. So like on 80%, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly how to do it, what works, what doesn't. I know the market. I know the leads. I know the contractors. I know all of that shit. Like I've been through so much shit, so I know all of it. But what I didn't know was the service delivery, which was my kind of biggest knowledge bottleneck. I just couldn't really figure it out, even though I've never done it. So like, how am I supposed to figure it out if I've never done it? So that's kind of mental. That's actually one of the biggest reasons that I got the mentorship, because I wanted the guidance and the service delivery kind of being done. So just I already know in advance how to do it, so I'm kind of more confident in selling and upselling, and you know. But deep down, even though I got the mentorship, I'm kind of doing everything my way, I guess. But we'll see how it works, how it's going to be working out, because today's Sunday, so like basically tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, I'm gonna start sending out the messages just to see how the whole new setup works, because considering all of my experience, I kind of understood more or less like what the contractors, all of that shit, how they respond, what they respond best to. So I came up with all of the SMS messages, all of the SMS angles, and I think it's pretty solid. So I'm at the point of agency where I've been through enough shit for the shit to finally work, I guess, especially with the new guidance, especially with all of that new shit. I don't want to build any expectations, because fuck that shit, but I do want to have like the right, I guess, intention with it and right mentality, which is why I'm sitting in this fucking area. This is like one of the highest frequency, I would say, area of Dublin. This is my favorite area, actually. Like this building right behind me is the place that I want to live in, and I figured that I will show it to you guys, I guess, because I've been coming to this place almost every day for the past month, and it just messes up with your brain so much, because you kind of lose the perception of it, because then I can come back to my shoebox that I live at the moment, and it's like it messes with you so hard, because like you show yourself that you want to be that, you want to live that, and like you want to do these things, and it's all in your head, and it feels real, but then you realize that it's not exactly a reality, like you don't genuinely experience it right now, and it messes up with you so hard. But I also think that it helps to navigate. Genuinely, it does. It spikes the mindset, and it kind of helps you to believe, I guess, that this could be real, because this is not expensive. This is fucking shit show. This is nothing, you know. This is not even a fraction of the price that you could get in Miami, you know. Like, it's like, I think double less than you could get in Miami. Like, this is a crib. This is real shit. So I guess that would be like pretty much it. That's, I guess, pretty much everything I want to talk about. I have been in the shit show for months and months. I've been on the grinds. I've been through all of that shit. Like, I've been through the grinds. I've been through silence. I've been through, like, I started the mentorship. I think I've checked out all the boxes. At this point, I've checked out all the boxes that any upcoming entrepreneur could, besides the actually making it. But when it rains, it pours. So I think, how many months is I've been doing it since March. March was my official month of starting running the agency. I think I have, like, my first video was around March as well, maybe. So I've been documenting all of that shit. And yeah, it's been months, but just remembering that back, like, in the beginning of the month of the, oh my god, in the beginning of the year, I had no idea what kind of agency I want to do, what kind of niches I want to work with. I had no idea what I'm doing, like, and to be able to come this far is mental. Like, I am definitely not the same person, not the same mentality that it was even back then. So I think a part of starting something like that, like a startup, like a fucking agency or some shit, like, a part of this is genuinely rebuilding you as a self, rebuilding yourself. Do you know what I mean? It's mental, but it's necessary. It's necessary. Like, you have to be, I guess, in alignment with this reality that you want to live, your actions and your mental system, I guess. You have to believe that this real shit, that it's a possibility, you know, and you have to know that you can get it. Like, I know that I'm gonna get it. I know that I'm gonna get all of that life that I've kind of imagined to myself. I'm walking around that life all the time, and I know that it's possible. I know that it's already there. It's like, you know, it's like you make an intention in the universe and the order is done. So everything that you've got to do is to just get it time, to get it fermented. Do you know what I mean? And after that, it's pretty much it. So in my case, I've done everything. The intention has been sent, and the only thing that I can do at the moment is just really get the input done again. And I would say within the matter of the next week, I think I will be able to see where things are gonna go. But happy days, boys. Anyway, I guess that would be everything for me. Just sharing the journey. Hopefully it's gonna be a come up soon. Peace.